The German government has set the goal of relying on renewables to produce 40 to 45% of the country's energy supply by 2025. The expansion of power generation from wind, sun, and biomass is advancing rapidly. I'm Chelsea Speaker from Handelsblatt Global Edition. In Germany, solar power is becoming an increasingly important source of electricity. A Berlin startup applied the idea to a smaller scale, pocket-sized solar cells as a mobile power source. The Berlin startup Sonnenrepublik makes solar chargers for handheld devices. The pocket-sized sun collector is connected directly to a cell phone with a power cord. Solar energy to go.
Solar charger is basically a very simple device. It converts solar energy into electric current. And the direct chargers that we build creates about 1 ampere at full sun. So it's very easy, this relation, because 1 ampere is the same current which comes out of a wall plug.
The weather in Germany doesn't always cooperate. For example, in 2015, the number of hours of sunlight in Germany reached barely 20%. Today we have a beautiful sunny day, but what if it's overcast? How does the device perform then?
We always tell our customers use it in the full sun. If it's slightly overcast, it might be okay, but even then you have to wait 5 times as long as before. It's proportional to the light intensity.
Clever products, clever solutions, clever technologies in that area are interesting and could have potentially a global impact to solve a part of this big challenge. This is why there are also a lot of investors purely focusing on sustainable technology. And also Germany has a good track record in developing products in that area.
This is not Sonnenrepublik's first attempt. Its first solar product, a modular system called Click, turned out to be too expensive and not powerful enough.
Mainly we had not a very good financing for this company. We are in Germany, not in the US, so people are very cautious regarding financial investments. And so we couldn't really get our idea and our project to a successful end, which would have been possible if we would have developed more products.
Especially with new type of hardware, you need hundreds of millions to make a company successful in this sector, especially after China declared clean tech energy as one of the top priorities. And it killed a lot of other good companies here in Europe, Israel, and in the US, because the government subsidized startups and factories for solar energy.
But Sonnenrepublik isn't giving up. Its new foldable product, the Wing, has a larger surface area and higher output.
So you don't have to click anything together. You have one module, you have 6.5 watt, and you have the charging current of a wall plug charger in full sun.
Manufacturing takes place in Germany and final assembly is carried out in Berlin. The product costs 100 to 130 euros. Competition from the Far East is considerably cheaper.
If it's getting a commodity, maybe you just produce it in China, so then it's no longer such an interesting topic for a high-price market like Germany. But if you are at the beginning of the adoption, if it's really an innovative product, Germany is a good market to develop. Maybe Germany is also a good market to have your first test customers.
We went over to Berlin's Technical University to ask potential customers what they think of the product. This is a solar charger for when you're out and about. What do you think of it?
Can I test it?
Sure.
Oh, charging. It's a good idea, of course.
It's small, it's not very big, so you can put it in your bag.
Ist eigentlich eine praktische Sache für den Sommer. Wenn die Sonne scheint, das Handy laden draußen, macht auf jeden Fall Sinn.
I don't know how good it charges, if it's really fast.
Is this something you would consider buying?
Depending on the price.
This costs about 100 euros. Do you think that's a good price for it?
It's maybe a bit too much.
We will shift the production in the next months to other countries, maybe even in China we have a production site. Then we'll be able to sell this product at a very competitive price.
But right now, the company is still doing a lot of the work itself.
Because a lot of startup companies were created around that group of founders and an idea, and in the first stage they often do a lot themselves. Where larger companies have looked at very much at saying, we don't have these capabilities, so how do we partner? I think that's also an element that startups can actually look to big companies to see how they're developing their external innovation model.
New Sonnenrepublik is financed by less than 100,000 euros, so it's not very much. And we hope to get some more capital by a funding program in Germany. So we are in the profit area maybe by end of this year, so it could be enough.
Around 2 billion euro are waiting to be deployed here in this country, especially in this region, in good companies. This money is available not only for early stage, of course, for all stages from A to IPO or trade sale. Renewable energy has its own rules. And now what we see is many investors trying to get back with all their scars and lessons learned from mistakes, but they do it in a different way. Now they don't look for a quick upside and 10-fold X, but rather solid return for many years.
ZIRRA is a research and rating service for investors based in Tel Aviv. It provides tools that help investors assess the quality and potential of funding private companies. We asked them to give us their analysis of Sonnenrepublik.
The ZIRRA rating system grants Sonnenrepublik a score of 7.8 out of 10, which is pretty high, if not very high, for a company at that stage. Reasons why a company operates in a super sexy market. They provide, I guess, a product which everybody will love when it works. And it is, from an investment sentiment, it's probably one of the most active investment markets right now, solar energy. The red flag is that the company raised little money in a company that requires much more money to operate, to scale, to deliver a working, safe product to the market. And I would say that the main risk on the company is simply the fact that it's very early stage.